Let the torch be applied whenever the invader pollutes our soil. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is Prospector Johnny. And this week, Prospector, from the intro, that was the headline of the Charleston Mercury newspaper on November 29th.
Hey, hold up, Charleston, South Carolina?
South Carolina, the dirty
guys.
Confederates. So the bad guys are saying, and I quote, let the torch be applied whenever the invader pollutes our soil. So, on November 20th.
So they're burning. They think they're going to come and burn the North down, or
no, burn their own shit down, because if you remember from a couple weeks ago, we did in fact invade South Carolina,
and we got all that shit.
We got our foothold. Well, we didn't get all of it. We got a foothold in South Carolina.
In South Carolina, I thought you were talking about when we went and we stole all their supplies and their grain and shit.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that one too. So on November 29th, flames were visible along most of the coast near Charleston and Savannah as southern plantation owners began burning their cotton fields so that they don't fall into the hands of Union soldiers. So we have a nation that already has nothing, and they're burning their own shit for fear that, the Union's going to take it?
I mean, sure, but to be fair, it's not like they were growing food, which...
No, it's cotton.
Probably they should have been. Turns out would have helped them
a little bit more.
So they're just burning. So we can't get more. But they weren't. It's not like they were selling it to us anyway, right? It was just to prevent us taking
us from getting it. Yeah, to get it, because it's a cash crop. We could have sold it.
Or made some uniforms so that we don't shoot each other.
Or made some uniforms. Yeah, they made some uniforms with the proper dye so we don't shoot each other. But they really didn't have the opportunity to sell. I mean, I guess that shows just how good this blockade is doing so far. They realize, hey, we can't go anywhere with it. We don't want it to fall into the enemy's hands, so we're just going to burn our own shit.
Yeah, because at some point they're eventually just going to end up with a whole lot of cotton stored up that they can't, in cotton bales. I don't know how you transport it.
Yeah, cotton bales. Yeah, big old bales. Yeah,
and they're not. Who's buying it?
Who's buying it? Well, lots of people are buying it, but they can't get it to them, so it doesn't much matter. On the 30th of November, Johnny, British Foreign Secretary Lord John Russell is going to write Lord Lyons, who's the Minister of the United States, that the seizure of the... Lord. This is the English and their crazy titles and all that bullshit. Lord Lyons.
That bullshit.
Yeah, Lord Lyons is a United States minister over there, and so Lord John Russell is going to talk to Lord Lyons. He's going to write him a letter that says the seizure of Confederate commissioners was an act of aggression against the crown. I mean, it was. We totally fired on a neutral nation's boat.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, we did.
However, if it weren't for their stowaways they had that we wanted, we would have never done that, right?
Well, fair enough.
So not quite an attack on the crown. Just an attack on the crown's vessel to attack the they interpreted it differently.
It's definitely interpreted differently. He's going to request that Lord Lyons speak to the American government and return to England with suitable apology and request their response within 1 week. So he's requesting the United States minister that, hey, look, you got to go talk to your government, and we want those commissioners to be returned to us with a suitable apology.
Now I imagine their suitable apology is can be weighed in gold. Maybe.
Imagine. It's not clear as to what the suitable.
I'm just gonna go from Britain's history up until this point. That's pretty much all they've been after.
Yeah.
Especially from the Americas.
Spices?
From the Americas.
No, sugar. They like those.
They do like sugar.
Maybe a weight in sugar.
Sugar, gold, and slaves. All they're after. They're done with slaves. We're the last ones.
They're done with slaves. We're still hanging on that. They're done with that by now. Anyways, so he requests a response within 1 week. Not that they have to be brought within 1 week, but a response, which is still a lot to ask when you're in London. In America's way over there.
It's a couple months,
and it's taken more than a week for England to even find out that we did this. So,
yeah, Yeah, I mean, and so it's going to be several weeks, I assume. Like they're going to be getting a Christmas apology, maybe.
Well, they are. There's no response by the end of this week. That's for sure. But at the same time that this is all going on, it is ordered to the British Navy that they're going to be instructed to take any measures as circumstances require, but specifically not hostile. So basically, do whatever you have to do to keep your vessels safe from American.
Yeah, so you are allowed to retaliate.
Boarding you, but don't be hostile.
Yeah, you're allowed to retaliate. Essentially, it's a self-defense type rule. It's let them punch you once or twice, but then you can go do whatever the fuck you want to.
Yeah. So England's Navy has been put on notice, like, hey, look, the Americans, we're not entirely sure. The shit might be kicking off. So
America's in a bad spot right now. We might just pay attention, be safe.
Do what you have to do to keep yourself safe, and then, they respond there. On December 1st, Lincoln is going to write General McClellan and request, and I quote, "How long would it require you to actually get in motion?" So Lincoln is going to be pissed.
He's
like, dude,
he's not.
What are you doing? He's like, what are you doing? How long is this going to actually take? Because you've been given command for like 2 months and nothing.
Would you mind doing a thing?
Doing something. Doing
something.
Thing.
Just.
It's December. It's getting a little bit cold. Maybe start it off before the snowfall hits.
Speaking of, that's got to be an advantage for the North. They can't fight through a winter. Like, they're not going to be invading into the North from the South because a bunch of babies down there with their they don't even have clothes for it. And we're going to be wanting to go down south because winter's shit up here. So send the troops down to the beaches and take them over, baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna bet this $20 gold piece that a Confederate soldier never enters the North. That's not gonna happen. Not the actual North. I'm not talking about Kentucky. Kentucky's a border state. It doesn't count.
Yeah, they're not getting into Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Minnesota.
They're never. Yeah. Pennsylvania's not happening. I bet that $20 gold piece, they're never going to get into Pennsylvania.
If I had been able to find any gold during my searches, I would have. I'd take you up on that, but it has been a dry spell.
Not a lot of gold out in Indiana.
Nope.
Anyways, Lincoln is losing his patience with McClellan, who's doing nothing in Virginia, and it's beginning to show, which also, remember, McClellan slighted Lincoln when Lincoln came to McClellan's house and was like, hey, I'm going to meet with you, and then McClellan didn't show up, and when McClellan showed up drunk, he just went straight to his room
night.
And never met with Lincoln. Yeah, there's that too. On the 2nd, the Congress, U.S. Congress, Federal Congress, is going to resume its session with a big conversation point being the whole Trent affair thing and boarding a boat and shooting on it, and that wasn't great. And then, of course, the several losses that the Union has sustained over the course of this war. There seems to be some doubt in the government as to this administration's leadership abilities.
I mean, that's fair. I was going to say it. This war should have been over by now.
Yeah, it should have been.
This is it's a little, the Anaconda plan, fine, that's great, whatever. But how long do we want to keep going with this? The martial law stuff was kind of some bullshit. He's putting people in charge that are just not doing anything. I can't blame people being upset with the way Lincoln's handled this.
I mean, we're a year out from the election when Lincoln got elected.
And what's he done?
He took office. He took office in March.
He's put ineffective people in control, and he's declared martial law and started violating the Constitution and Americans' rights. That's all he's done so far.
And speaking of that violation of American Constitution and Americans' rights, Johnny, Lincoln is going to make it better. He's going to put everybody's minds at ease in Congress by authorizing General Halleck, way out in the Department of Missouri, to suspend habeas corpus whenever he found it necessary. You can't just give generals the authority to shit on the Constitution, Lincoln. You don't have that power. You do not have that power.
He didn't have the power to shit on it himself, and he did. And now he's just handing it out? Like, what?
To a general.
He's power hungry. He's power hungry. Like, this is ridiculous.
All hail Supreme Leader Lincoln.
On
the 3rd, Lincoln would give the State of the Union speech. So his State of the Union, spoiler, not
great.
good. Not great.
It's bad, guys.
And I quote, during a State of the Union speech, he says, "The Union must be preserved, and hence all indispensable means must be employed. We should not be in haste to determine that radical and extreme measures, which may reach loyal as well as disloyal, are indispensable." What the fuck, Lincoln? Your State of the Union speech is like, we got to do stuff that's against the Constitution. It's going to hurt the good. It's going to hurt the bad, illegal. But we got to do it. We got to do it to keep the Union together.
What the? So why have a Constitution? What's the point of it? You're not trying to keep a union together at this point. Like the Constitution was for all the states to agree to it, and you're saying, it up. Nope, we're getting rid of that so that we can then bring the nation back together under what? Under my martial law? Because I said that Constitution doesn't matter.
Which he sure as shit did.
Jesus.
On the 4th of December, Johnny, the Senate is going to vote 36-0 to expel Senator John C. Breckinridge of Kentucky as it became apparent that he joined the Confederacy.
Well, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, bye.
You can't be a member of the federal Congress if you're...
I'm not looking to go over and join England's Parliament anytime soon.
Yeah, no. And Johnny, this week is this awkward, weird week where we just shit all over the Constitution and burn a bunch of cotton. It's going to come to an end when federal Congress, there is a petition that's proposed to end slavery, especially in slaveholding regions in rebellion.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
Why don't we?
They are, we can make whatever law we want that affects the South because
they're not going to give a shit about it.
They're not going to give a shit about it. They're not going to follow it. They're already in active rebellion, so whatever. It's kind of all
and so
only.
They're making slavery illegal to basically be like, hey, you down there with your traitorous and everything. They're not. They're trying.
That's being proposed.
Anyway,
it's not
but they're
passed.
proposing
That's just proposing it. Yes,
as a way. To add another charge to the South on top of being seditionists and traitors what? It's just we're gonna lock you up for longer after we finish this war with you because slavery's been illegal and you're still doing it.
Yeah, and speaking of this war, Johnny, while in Congress, there was an updated report from the U.S. military, the Army and the Navy, that gives a status report of the size of the Army and the Navy together as one unit. And currently, we have 682,971 men enlisted, which is the largest by far number of a standing army that the United States has ever had.
I mean, that's well over 500,000.
Massive.
500,000 people.
Massive. Yeah. Currently enlisted.
We don't know what the Confederate
No, I don't know.
I
don't have a Confederate. I don't have a Confederate Army number for you, but it seems like 682. Probably not 682,000. I don't think they have that down there, and so it seems like, God, how is this war still going on? Can we just post that? Number, and every Southern newspaper be like, you are facing 682,000 people.
Yeah, you want to know how, Tommy? It's because the leadership sucks.
Lincoln puts McClellan in charge. You know what? Doing nothing.
I'm not even mad at that committee. Shit.
There's probably a reason I'm only a second lieutenant. I've never been promoted because I keep shitting on the president and my direct superiors. But whatever. Hey, it's fine. It's fine. I'm a low-level bureaucrat.
Oh, if they stopped fucking up, you'd stop shitting on them.
Is America, last time I checked, although I guess last time I checked, habeas corpus does exist.
It's only kind of America.
Well, we'll see if I still have a job next week. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. And if you enjoy Civil War history, why don't you check out Historic Hindsight, where we talk about Japanese samurai history and how folded katana swords are bullshit.